everyone. Let's first of all let us praise and gratitude to God for His grace and introduce myself. My name is Cornelius Devans Pramono, number 211314029 to the program History Education of Sanata Dharma University. In this occupation, I will give an informative speech with the topic of the World War I, how get the US involved the war and the effect of the economic and we all know that in the past there was the Great War between countries in the world. The war was none other than the struggle for power for our revenge for the killing of state officials, and World War I was the culmination of all these causes. Not one or two countries are involved, but almost also all countries in Europe. Yes, World War I was entered in Europe, but there were also countries outside Europe that were involved, for example, United States. The causes of World War I was the killing of the Crown Prince of Austria, Franz Ferdinand, and also his Serbian wife, Gravida Princip. And they killed by a terrorist group from Serbia, or commonly called the Black Hand of Sarajevo. And after that happened, various sequence of events began to emerge. Disputed and diplomatic conflict between European countries are getting longer and more difficult. However, it is special causes or that makes this war quick to start, and this was due to tension between Austria-Hungary and Serbia-Russia over the Balkans. There also drew the measures of power of European power into the conflict through and various alliances and treaties. And as I said earlier, it turns out not only countries in Europe are involved, but also countries outside Europe, and the country is United States of America. The United States actually has a good relation with any countries, and the President Wilson declared that the United States would remain neutral during World War I, and before the war broke up, the opinion of America against Germany was very negative. The United States view of German Empire as an enemy after they learned the Germany were carrying out violence in Belgium and seizing to passenger ships RMS. And then the President of United States in that time or in past time made important discussion and continued to run economic peacefully, and he still made large loans to Britain and France. And But besides that, there are other things that the United States involved into this World War One, and the leak of Zimmerman telegram and sinking of American ships in the North Atlantic by the Germany U-boats made the people of America angry. Then later Wilson asked Congress for the war to the end war, and the Congress declared on German on April 6, 1917, and after the discussion or after Congress, the United States declared to war to Austro-Hungary Empire. And World War One also has a major impact to the economic of world. And we can see in the book history of Europe from the period before World War One during to antebellum period by Julius Cicero, which make the economic field of life was effect of World War One, and leak of the human resource and leak of human resource of this war, and this is because war destroy the important asset from the countries and killing many victims, so that the human resource and reduce. And then there is the economic crisis of Malaysia to the heat of the world, and the crisis causes of destruction of the world economic and the burn in the social, economic and politic fields. And lately in a lot of other the economic has been built up because of the war. And in my conclusion, we all know to come that the United States involved during World War One, and in addition we can feel the effect of crisis economy, and such as the crisis of the poverty, and also the debt of countries and the involved during World War One. And maybe that's all can convey to you all, and if I have word wrong, I apologize, and thank you. Good morning everyone. First of all, let us offer praise and gratitude to God for His grace, and introduce myself. My name is Cornelius Devans Pramono, number 211314029, study program History Education of Sanat Dharma University. On this occupation, I will deliver a persuasive speech with the topic overview of Japan war with Russia. At the end of the 19th century and the beginning of 20th century, there were many struggles of powers in various regions. In this case, one of them triggered the emergence of war between Japan and Russia. The beginning of war has the same as other countries, namely power struggle between Japan and Russia. Before the war started, Japan had won the war with China, China defeat in the war to the signing of the Shimonoseki Treaty. The content of the agreement is that China relinquishes its claim to Korea to Japan. However, the three Western powers as Germany, Russia, and France pressure or urged Japan to surrender Port Arthur, and later Russia negotiated a 25 years lease of the naval base with China. And after failing to secure of favorable agreement with Russia, Japan sent ultimatum to Russia, and Japan also cut diplomatic relations with Russia and attacked Russia after 2 days to the severance diplomatic relations. The war between Japan and Russia is famous for the battle and for Port Arthur. Port Arthur is located in the border between China, Russia, and Japan. And Japan at the time was neutralized the Russian fleet at Port Arthur. The first attack was launched by the Japanese, and by launching a surprise torpedo at the Russian ship at Port Arthur. However, various Japanese attacks by the sea did not produce good result, and Japan then surrendered to Russia, and by land by occupying areas near Incheon, Korea, and then Seoul and out of Korea. And this made Japan win the war quickly against Russia. On the various attacks that continued to be carried out by the Japanese, and the Russian army did not retaliate at Port Arthur against the Japanese, and this is because some Russian troops were blocked near the Trans-Siberian Railway. The end of the war has called the Battle of Nansan, which has marked by the greater defeat of the Japanese, and by the defeat of the Japanese in the attack of the all Russian position. And however, Russia remained passive and did not retaliate. And in this case, we can know the power of ASEAN in the past is very large. It's busy in the war between Japan and Russia, and Japan bravely fought the Europeans. And in addition, it can be said that this war triggered various ASEAN rebellions against the Western nation, and they imitate the spirit carried out by the Japan attack the Russia. However, in today's era, we should not imitate to the something, and but we can take is how us we keep the spirit in rid of anything, and we must believe in our abilities and keep fight until the end. And we was done by the Japanese army at the time in the war against Russia. Maybe it's all maybe it's that's all can be conveyed to you, and if there is a wrong words, I apologize. Thank you.